directed at you. Sometimes it makes you feel good because you have the name. Sometimes it makes you feel so much pressure because you are thinking about how you're going to satisfy all these people. Let me say good morning to all my constituents listening to me. There are some who are so excited to always hear from me or see me on media space trying to discuss national issues. Good morning to all of them who are listening to me. And I always give them the confidence and the assurance that I'm going to be a leader they can trust. I'm always available as much as I can attend to them on phone or as when they come to my home. I'll be available to do that. And as much as possible, leave them from the doldrums they are in. And then make Southtown better. It's some kind of pressure. I always dream about how big and how well I am going to do it. And I'm not too sure how long I wish to be there. Okay. But even if I'm there for a term or two, I want to leave a lasting impression in the constituency so that anybody who takes over from me will still have some work to do going forward. I have always had this thing in me that anything I do, I should do it and do it so well that when I leave, I will be missed. It is not always for me how long one lives, but how well you live. So it makes me have mixed feelings, actually.
I can just imagine, because it's been quite an interesting route for you to the candidature. How many times did you contest before you got?
This is the fourth time.
So you contested and got the fourth time?
Yes. So they call me 4x4.
4x4?
Yeah, so I contested on the fourth, on 4 occasions. At the time I was contesting, I was the number 4 on the ticket.
Okay.
I'm going to be the 4th member of parliament for the constituency in the 4th republic.
Yes.
So they coined the 4x4 for
me. Very interesting.
Very. So sometimes when I look at the journey, I say, whoa, what makes you go all that long? Is it determination? Is it...
And that's the question that comes to mind.
People ask me every day.
For 4 times.
Yes.
So first time,
consecutively, actually.
Yeah. First time, second time, you get it. Third time, you get it. Most people will say, it's a little too many. Why did you keep going?
I am the type who doesn't give up easily. I have that trait in me that whatever I want, I must get. Not through foul means though, but always through the fairest of means. And so once I'm looking for something, I would always go at it and make sure that I get it. In my business, in my life as a person, there are a lot of challenges on my way, even during schooling, upbringing. There were so many things I had to go through to get to where I got to. So I am not a fighter who gives up so easily. So if you have me in the ring, you must be ready to go the long and the full haul. So I would always give my best at anything I do. So it's sheer determination and ability to prove a point that I can always do what I want to do.
And so far, I'm guessing you're getting a taste of what it will mean.
Yeah.
Because now you are a candidate. Yeah. People know, he's our next MP. So you would have been experiencing a little bit of a certain percentage of what it would take to be MP to actually represent the people of Southtown. How has it been?
Yeah, myself as an individual, I still feel same. But when some of you make it look some way, then I begin to think again that, hey, this business.
I'm asking about the responsibility to take over.
Especially during the flooding, there were some conflicts here and there. We still have a sitting member of parliament.
Yes.
And so when things come, they're actually looking for the leader.
Yes.
But the constituents already feel that you're already there.
Okay.
And so they come to you with their demands. Meanwhile, it is still with somebody else to do. So whilst you are waiting to take over the responsibility, people think that you already have it. So the demands are there. And so it becomes a challenge. So you play around, also see where you can go as a leader, seek support, and then hand over to those you can help. So some few of the groups that came, realizing that you are the up-and-coming leader, would really want you to be the arrowhead, so they go through you. And some would want to go through the structured system, and so they go to the MP. And so I was also able to do my lobbying through some groups and got some stuff and gave out to the people who are really in need. So it brought me firsthand the challenges and how to resolve them as a leader of a whole constituency. Even though in the past, whilst in the shadows, I was still doing most of the things I do now do, because of your openness to people, your readiness to help. You know, I have my businesses in the constituency. Yeah. And so people see you beyond being a politician, they see you as a philanthropist. The least I have, I always want to share with people, especially when I realize that they are really in need. Okay. I always want to share with them. I always look for the opportunity to share with my youth, not necessarily money, but with ideas, with thoughts, with how they can put themselves together. And so I'm always with them, thinking and sharing ideas with them. The little I have, I share with them. So it was not too different, or it is not too different now, what I do as a PC and what I used to do as an individual. But now, with a touch of more responsibility than I used to be. So we just doing our best, and I'm sure that we are getting there. I trust that because I'm a professional and I'm in touch with most of my colleagues and people. They come in as and when I need support and help to be able to reach out to my constituents. It's not easy, especially dissipating funds over 12 years in a contest. It's not a joke.
I can just imagine that. How is it like being... how is South Tongu like? Because they're saying every constituency has its own
dynamics.
Yes. How is it like being a parliamentary candidate in South Tongu? Is it the same way as people depending on you for a lot of things? Or in their case, because I grew up in Sugaku, I realized that they really don't. They are not big on this. Go to MP. No. How is it like? Is it changing?
Yeah, it's changing because now it seems the MPP is trying to monetize the system. Okay. And so most of the young ones who are being attracted to the MPP is due to the freebies. Okay. They try to dish out to them. Okay. And so it's attracting most of the youth towards the MPP. And so those who are already in the NDC, seeing what is happening at the other side, also say, hey, they are giving this to this man, they are giving this to this man, you need to give. Of course, generally, Ghanaians, once they see you to be honorable, the first thing they ask is, give us something. So you see a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old boy or girl on the street, as soon as they say you are the honorable, oh, dinner enemy. Yeah. So, so it's there. So people come, and we are the ones who come and vote to start giving us something. I give out to people willingly because I feel they are in need. So you meet Okada riders in their station, you stop over, you give them something, or go get something. So we do. And the pressure comes, like I said earlier, I pay a lot of school fees. I send a lot of people to school. I help people out of hospitals. I do so many other things, even when I was not an MP. Now, at 50, I launched a foundation, ML Foundation, and was supposed to take care of the youth and sports. So the 3rd Division League that just got ended was sponsored by my foundation. Okay. So women and children, I go to the hospital to distribute sanitary pads and pay fees and pay hospital bills for people who are not able to pay. There are so many other things I do in the name of the NGO: education, agri, skills training, entrepreneurship. You know myself, I have not been officially employed in any government and institution. I have been a private person all through. So I try to use that skill to train most of the young guys around me to also become independent. And so I do those things because it's really part of me, and I feel free to share with the people. So some come, they come always. There are always letters on your table. The churches will bring the envelopes. People who want to go to school, admission fees, I have a lot of them on my... So I try as much as possible, even if I'm not able to pay, or I give you something to take care of what we are doing. Some are in school, every now and then they call you, we need some money. Those that have to get scholarships for them, I do. MTN, I was able to secure an MTN scholarship for some to go to do medicine and biomedical sciences in KNUST. Some I paid myself, they went to Legon. One of them is back to my office working with me now. And so I do these things on normal everyday basis. So as a PC, it's an enhanced form of it because now the focus and concentration is on you, knowing that you are automatically the next MP. They feel that they need to associate with you and also get something from you.
Has that made the campaign easier? That people already have that acceptance that nobody will beat Maxwell will win.
Yeah, it makes it easier also because I have a long stay with the people and they know my in and out. Some know me for a principal person. Once I say yes, I will do it. Once I say no, it means I don't have the ability. So you go to them before you speak. Some old man will even wake up and say, this man, I know him. If he says he won't do it, no matter what you do, he will not do it. If he says you have heard the next time you see, even without asking him again, he himself will say whatever he can do to you. So it makes the campaign a little easier. So people know you. You have held them in different fronts. You go to every community and there's something that they can associate you with. So you don't need to speak much. You don't need to talk much. And the initiatives I have up my sleeve to do for the constituent, it's something they can really align with. And so it makes it easier. But I am not, like I said earlier, taking that for granted and sitting at one place or going out to chill and forget about what I have to do. I'm going from community to community, village to village, meeting all the people. At least my thing is that the old lady who cannot come to the constituents, the electoral or the police center to see me when I'm going for a campaign should be able to use his walking stick, come to me to see me. Oh, is this our new MP? Able to see me and appreciate before going to the polls to vote. So I'm doing community engagement. Yesterday we go home as late as 9. As late as 8. I drove over to Accra because of today's program. Slept, woke up this early morning, drive over to the place, and after here I have some other media engagements to do.
You go back
to the constituency and continue the community engagement early tomorrow morning. Sometimes as early as 8:30 we are leaving home. The first program is at 9 o'clock, and the last one is sometimes you close around 6:37. So it's back to back.
It's great to do community. Do you do community engagement in Sugakover? Sugakover is see, I don't have in Sugakover.
So you know that I'm so well.
I can tell you, to get people in Sugakover to turn up for an event, especially when it's during the day, maybe in the evening when they close, they either one crowd they will consider it.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering.
No, but we want to mobilize people for GM when he visited.
Yeah, I understand that part.
Yes.
But so I'm sure somebody like Stan Dogbe who comes from the area will be shocked that
we want to mobilize all that.
You see, it's quite interesting. So with a place like Sugakover, how do you approach?
So for Sugakover, what you do is that you get them during outdooring of apprentices.
Okay.
Huge numbers will come.
Okay.
When you go to the churches, you meet huge numbers there. During funerals of people, especially the youth, you see huge numbers there. So that's where you are able to connect with them. But on my everyday rounds, I have contacts with them. You know, we have a huge number of these Okada riders. If you go to the lorry station, the drivers are there for you to meet. And anytime, anywhere, depending on the class of people you intend to meet, you meet them. I have other businesses. I am a surveyor, so I meet people on the field. I am a hotelier. When we meet as an association, I meet my people. There are other angles that I meet people at. And sometimes because of your connection with them, when they hear that you are coming, they definitely will come out to see you. So we have strategies to meet them within their own hubs. So you go to the ghetto, you go to view them there, and wherever you need to meet them, you go and you see them. It's difficult though. Usually when you call
even somebody in his house, they are doing business.
Yes.
So there's
to move out. So to move out for his own to come to GP Kota to come and meet you.
No,
it's a problem. So but during my primaries, I did house to house to meet all my delegates in their homes.
Okay.
So sometimes as late as 9:30, 10 in the evening, I'm still doing So when I was doing that, I met a lot of guys in town because you move from one person's house. And I was using motorbike. Because I didn't know motorbike. So they see you on the motorbike. Hey, all right, is that you? I say, yeah. So you move through town and you meet a lot of people in their homes and all that. So it was good.
How big a deal was it, former President Mahama passing through the area and attracting that amount, those numbers of people turning up? But how do you pull that off?
Yeah, so first of all, your personality.
Okay.
Who you are, calling people to come meet GM. Number two, your mobilization skills, how to mobilize people. And the GM factor is also there. Of course, you compare to other constituencies, so maybe you want to take away the GM factor. But that, we have a new candidate. Most of the constituencies still maintain their old members of parliament. Okay. We have 6 of us in the Volta region being new parliamentary candidates. Okay. And so South Tongu, with its dynamics, we have a new candidate now after 16 years of my honorable member, Honorable Mensa Kobna Oyuma. And so that feeling and that aura of some fresh air blowing around, people want to come and see how it's going to look like. And so we organize people so well, and they attended. I hear is the talk of town, the numbers we'll be able to pull in Sugakofe. Kudos to my constituency executives who were very supportive in putting things together. Of course, beyond the dynamics on the ground, we understand that we need to work together. And so when it's time for the organizer to roll, he rolls. Chairman, he rolls. The PC, whatever I have to do, I do. And Standogbe, kudos to Standogbe, one of my constituents, a human's job. Anytime I fall on him, he's ready to support.
That's great.
So he brought most of the things here from Accra to help us. But we also got the numbers on the ground for him. And I believe that he'll be a happy person that his constituency maybe has recorded the highest number so far in the whole of the Volta region during the tour of GM. So it was a collective job done by all of us. So I equal to my constituency executives, my branch executives, and then people around me, my closest associates, and everybody. Standogbe, kudos. Thank you so much.
I'm also wondering, because of the fact that your constituency is, everybody tries to be as enterprising as possible, do something small, to earn something small. In the wake of the economic difficulties that confront everyone, nobody is left out. How are people coping? I know there's that never give up attitude in South Tongu, that no matter how small it is, they will still go out and look for it. But when you have interaction, you have conversations with them, what sense are you getting? So how they are going around the hardships, a CD that mostly in your hand is worthless?
It's crazy. So it takes a lot more of them away, even from this partisanship, especially the MPP bad governance that we have experienced. So when GMK, you realize that we saw most of the MPP folks laying down their tools as it were, and then donning the new jersey of the NDC.
Okay.
Most of them are fed up, and they think that there's a lot of misgovernance and misrule, and that they are not being fairly treated. And so they decided to shift focus. So they left the back of the elephant, and now they have the umbrella covering them. So most of them, I trust that this time. The last time the parliamentary candidate got over 10,000 votes for the first time in the history of South Tongu. The best they would do would be 3,500 thereabout, but he got over 10,000 votes. This time around, I'm sure that they may be struggling to even get 1,000 or 2,000. Yeah, so there's a lot of despondency, and then people are fed up. So most of the youth really are for the NDC this time around. And I believe that we'll be recording over 95% of the total votes for the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, and the parliamentary candidate. And so that's really
95%?
95%. We are sure we can get about 95% or even more.
That's your target?
Yes, that's my target.
The one that you're working towards?
Yes.
To get people out and get 95%?
And getting the people out is a major thing we are doing. The average for the country was 79%, I think, in the last election. And it's been estimated at about 74 point something percent nationally. But we are working at getting about 85% or 90% turnout, and then recording about 95% of the results for the NDC. And I believe that is doable.
How are you doing that?
It's my connection with the people. People believe in me. People think that I am the man for the job. I equal to our sitting member of parliament. He's done his bid. He's done so well to lead people for 16 good years. It's no joke. And so I always praise him for a good job he's done. But this is a new dawn. There's a new kid on the block, Maxwell Lukutor, coming in. And then for the little I have done in the past, for the people to see and know the caliber of person I am, I believe that the trust and hope they have in me is so high. And so they will turn out to vote and ensure that we get the best for the party. And I always promise them that I will not disappoint them. I'll do my best to make sure that the little I can do, I'll stretch myself to the elastic limit to ensure that they have their fair share of the national cake. That I promise them. And I hope to deliver just on that.
Well, I'll come back and I'll conclude with you shortly on what you intend to do when given the mandate as MP. But before we do that, let me just remind my listeners that Hisense for all your electronic appliance needs such as television, refrigerator, chest freezer, and air conditioners. But did you know Hisense has laser television, gas cookers, washing machine, smartphone, and sound system, water dispenser, microwave, blender, rice cooker, kettle, iron, air fryer, just to name a few. As one of the best electronic companies in Ghana, Hisense stands by its products and offers up to 5 years manufacturer defect warranty with Hisense showrooms across Ghana. Visit any of our showrooms around Accra and also in Tema, Kumasi, Takrady, Takwa, Mankasim, Obuasi, Sunyani, Techiman, Tamale, Hokwe, Koforidua to purchase any Hisense products at the best price on the market. Hisense is best for quality, best for durability, best for energy efficiency, best for affordability, best for style, and best for technology. For further inquiries, call Hisense on 0302 550000 or visit their website hisense.com.gh. Also, don't forget to follow Hisense on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Hisense has everyday prices for everyday people. So, Mr. Lukutor, the question again. The question basically is, whenever people are entering into office, they usually have something on their minds they would like to improve before they leave office. What's that for you?
Yeah, so basically I'm in the built environment.
Okay.
And even before now, I have some road construction equipment that I use in supporting some communities that need my help.
Okay.
So I offer the road construction equipment for free. You only have to fuel it, and I use it to do virgin roads.
Okay.
I intend to add some more of this equipment, but fortunately, government is giving us some road construction equipment.
Okay.
And as an MP, what I need to do is only to support, get fuel for this equipment, and make sure they are on our roads to support very, very bad roads. The last time JM was with us, I mentioned some critical roads that need attention. We'll be lobbying and ensure. Some of them were even started 2016. As soon as we left off it, they were stalled. And so we need to go back to some of those roads and then make sure they are done and done properly. The last time I mentioned some few, left out some, there were some issues. But I will reiterate that Gavapoduma Road is key. The Bepo to Suklaji Road is key. Okay. The Lolito to through Jubove to Habri, and then Adidopo is key. The Nutepo one has been done because of the naval base.
Okay.
The Doplama one is also key. The one through Cisneros through Bonokope the Chaume, joining the Keta Road.
Yeah, that road's problem is the fact that that road has been done alone is quite worrying.
Yes.
It's like the hospitality enclave.
That's a hospitality road actually. Yes. So it has to be done because most of our hospitality industries are within that line.
The biggest.
And so that has to be done. Once that is done, it increases the tourism space and makes it bigger and better for us. So those key roads within the constituency would have to be touched.
Okay.
And so once we lobby for them to be done, and you see, my joy is that GM has started some of them before leaving office. And some of them, the covers have been done long ago. So they only need to be gravelled properly, the approaches to the covered field. And then we have a good road to be using until proper construction is done and done. So yesterday I was at Hawi and the complaint is there. So we'll still have to look at those roads. Agric for me is key. Our land is generally agrarian, and so I have some investors interested in coming already. I have a rice investor, Abanga Farms, interested in doing about 3,000 hectares of rice farm within the constituency and beyond. And so he may be starting soon. When he does, there will be a lot of outgrower schemes for people to also support this scheme. He will be bringing a lot of equipment to even help the outgrowers. And so you come and plow, you are giving seed, you are giving fertilizer, you are giving weedicides. At the end of the day, they buy your product, take away whatever expenses has been made on you, and then the rest will be for you. The youth and sports, I spoke to JM the last time he came about the Sogakova Stadium.
Yeah.
You know it.
Yes.
You know it's been there. Recently, I went to plow the whole place.
Okay.
I used my grader to clear, my loader to clear the whole place. We'll be doing some afforestation there now. I brought in GFA to come and look at the stadium. I gave them a site plan of the whole place.
Okay.
We want to develop it into a sports complex
where
we can play volleyball. You know, I play volleyball myself.
Yeah.
Where we can play lawn tennis, table tennis, basketball, before having an AstroTurf there to help our young talented footballers. Women and children, we are doing so much. We give sanitary pads. Like I said earlier, we go to the hospitals, we do all that. So I have 5 thematic areas of my foundation. That's the ML Foundation. I intend to use that to develop most of the people beyond the common fund that will be coming to me as an MP. I wish to use my foundation to do a lot more for my constituents. For instance, the first thing I will do in Agric will be to procure some number of tractors, at least 4 for the start. You know, we have 4 zones: the Agave zone, the Dabala zone, the Sogakova zone, and then the Agava Padume, the Lave zone and Agava Padume zone. Okay. Those are the 4. So my promise to them is that the first thing I will do will be to provide some tractors for them, not for free though, of course, a little lower than what the commercial rates would be, so that they can easily plow. In our manifesto as NDC, we have a lot of agric mechanization centers that will be setting out in our communities, and these ones are also going to aid me as an individual to support our farmers, do a lot more of the farming. Canals and irrigation services are things we have to be thinking of. 5 years ago, we were with the German embassy to help us construct some canals to the hinterland, so that we can do an all-year vegetable farming or any kind of farming that we need to do. Scholarship schemes for very brilliant and needy students. I intend to pay full admission fees for this one. I am happy that JM and NDC is taking the academic visa fee aspect of it. So I am very, very happy. Beyond that, what I intend to do is that at least if it is 5 students in a year that I'm able to fully pay the admission fees for to go to the tertiary institution, before a year ends, I'm sure that their families will find ways of supporting them. Like we all did through school. We all struggled to go through school. But the critical thing for you is the admission fee. So what I intend to do is that to pay full admission fee for very brilliant and needy students who will be getting admissions to tertiary institutions, but unfortunately their caretakers or their parents or their guardians cannot take care of them. I intend to pay school fees for this one. And also the job opportunities around us. You know, we have the naval base there. Yeah. And so I intend to lobby for most of our youth to get placement in this base. The FPU, the FPU is also trying to establish a base within the constituency. If that comes, it means we can get a lot more for our guys also being trained as police officers. You know, we have the customs command within the constituency as well. So we'll lobby through and also get most of our young ones also getting into these security services, and so getting employment opportunity for those people who have gone through school and are ready to be employed. We intend to help them. Skills training, industrialization, small scale industrialization will help them with these starter loans so that and capital so that they can start their own business. Like you know, so everybody wants to do something for himself. They only need a little cash to be able to push them. And once the women bank also comes, the women will also be sorted out in that angle. So there's a lot up my sleeve, but I'll be rolling out one after the other. I have a comprehensive brochure on what I intend to do being the MP. So once I get there, it is start of business, and then it's work. So I have all the ideas in my head, and one after the other, I even started working on most of them. So sports, like I said, I sponsored the 3rd Division League, and I intend to get very brilliant young men who are good in sports to promote them to whatever teams they will go to. My joy will be to be sitting by my TV and see one of them playing for Manchester. You know, my is a team, even though they don't perform so well now. You're also in that basket. I'm also in that basket. So I intend to promote most of these young ones. And you see, one good thing about me too is that because I am a self-made in quote person, I've never been officially employed. I know how to turn things around for myself. I intend to use that skill to motivate a lot of the youth to also take up life by themselves. I believe that once you do your own business, whatever you get at the end of the day is yours. Unlike working for somebody at the end of the month, they determine how much you are due.
How much you pay. So, thank you.
So I think that will be a shining example to a lot more of our youth. My concentration is on the youth because I believe that once I'm able to lift up one youth from a community and he's responsible, he comes back to also help the community grow. So my focus and concentration is on the youth. I only plead with them that they should place themselves at very strategic positions, ready to be helped. Those of them doing Okada now, I know most of them have good grades from secondary school, but because they lack support, they are doing them. I always advise them that they should take their time, be responsible while they even do the Okada business, because the next day, I will just knock on their door. I have data on most of them on my phone. Every community, masons, steel benders, carpenters, I have data on all of them and compile that, so that as and when I need somebody from Dokulame, an electrician to come and do something for a company,
I can easily contact them.
I can easily contact them.
Well, Max, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Just a few comments. This one is coming from one of your constituents in Germany. She says she's listening to you. Says, I donated wheelchairs, crutches, other necessary items for people living with disability, and also food, water, bags of rice, drinks, and others in May. This took place with the district chief executive in attendance. I also donated in Adidome and also Volo, where I come from. I did not know you are from the area.
I am, madam.
Thank you. Yeah, so this that's one, and this is it Edwardedi who says greetings, and then there's also Akapo Chris says more grace to you, Honorable Togbi Jablu the Fourth says, Senna, the man seated in the studio is a very important person to the people of Volta region. Please keep him safe for us. Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Wish you all the best on your journey in the upcoming elections.
Don't forget your constituency. Whatever you can do for us. I really will be in contact with most of our people. We always have to think together, stakeholders, forum, and meeting. I don't believe that I have the wherewithal alone to do everything for my constituency. I believe that there are people like you, very brilliant people outside there that will always bring together for us to brainstorm, put ideas together, and then you help me execute it. I hope you are ready.
Maxwell Lukutor is a parliamentary candidate for the NDC in South Tongu. And that's where we conclude the show today. Coming up next is the King of